Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. I'm your host, Vikas Srivastava. Today we have with us the co-founder and CEO of Nimbus Post, a startup which is planning to transform India's logistics space through its tech-enabled solutions for domestic and global shipping. The company thinks that current shipping companies do not provide enough transparent information for customers to make informed decisions, where they are helping them to bridge the gap. The company also brings all the courier partners on a same platform where customers can make informed decision by choosing and comparing the best options available to them. It's now we can invite Mr. Jain to tell us more about the company and also their plans going ahead. Welcome to BQ Prime, Mr. Jain. I would
Hey,
just want to
Vikas.
ask,
Sure,
yeah,
sure,
please.
please.
Yeah, so I would just want to ask you to give us, what's the niche that the company currently plays? Because in this space, there are a lot of players already there, big players. So what is the niche that you bring to the table and what are your plans going ahead?
Sure, Vikas. Hi. So thanks a lot, Vikas, for bringing me on the show. This is really interesting. So I'll start with like what we do and what we specifically what segment we cater specifically, because logistics market is very big in India, and there are hundreds and thousands of small and big players. So we at Nimbus Post are a tech-enabled platform where we work with where we focus and we work with e-commerce sellers. So our core business or core you could say segment is somebody who could be a small seller jump starting his journey. It could be somebody selling on Instagram, somebody a small shop offline selling offline willing to go online, or it could be a big merchant who have a big audience, big customer base, willing to sell his own website. So we are a single window platform for all e-commerce merchants. So any e-commerce seller, e-commerce merchant who's looking to jumpstart his business. So the first challenge is to go from physical to digital. The first few things are like you need somebody to set up your store and jumpstart. But the most challenging part is once you get an order, post order is not easy. The reason is
Yeah,
like India as a geography is huge. Like it's not and there's a high penetration of there's a high lack of trust. So that's one of the reasons there's a high penetration of cash on delivery orders, basically. So
yeah,
when cash on delivery comes in the picture, the logistics is very complicated. It's not very simple, because it's not an order that you receive is a confirmed order. So when you ship it, later on you figure out, okay, the customer have changed his mindset. He don't want your product, or it could be like size doesn't fits in, the product need to be get back. So the consumer behavior in India is very different compared to other markets, specifically. So logistics is very critical in the business that sets on whether you make money or break money, basically, into the business. So that's a key parameter what we help in. So we as a business aggregate, almost you could say we work with every small and big 3PL partner in India. It could be we work from Blue Dart to Sri Maruti. So any bigger and smaller 3PL partner or logistics partner in India is into a platform. So what happens is, let's say a small merchant starting his journey, he cannot go to 15 different companies and say that, hey, I'm looking to I have certain volume, give me the commercial. And then the logistics in India is very traditional, to be fair. So even in Western countries also, you need if you're a bigger merchant, you need a tech team to integrate. You need an operations team to do a lot of take care of a lot of stuff, which is not possible for a small merchant or somebody who's jump starting his business, basically. So we fit in as a platform, somebody who's jump starting to going to a certain scale, somebody who start from, let's say, 5 orders a day to 5,000 orders a day is our customer, basically, in India. And somebody who goes beyond it generally goes and work with 3PL directly. But our focus is more into SMEs, helping all the small merchants on, you could say, selling online, jump starting, enabling, basically. And they get a single window tech solution where they can jump start, sign up, and start shipping. So they don't need to go to 15 companies. They don't need to worry about cash on delivery payments. How will the remittance will come? Who will collect the money? How will it be transferred? So we take care of a complete pain for an early stage startup, you could say. So our goal is like to help and enable all the small merchants go digital and enable them with entire supply chain solution specifically.
Right. So what were the challenges that you faced during the COVID period? Especially because supply chain was the biggest affected area. So what were the measures that you took to mitigate the issues, and what are the challenges now going ahead?
True, true, true. So see, in COVID, the challenges were huge, because there was a lot of restriction. You could say people cannot deliver things. So in COVID, it was more of the major challenge was like between essential and non-essential. So majorly, it was essential deliveries that was happening. But post COVID, once things open, we have seen a huge boom in volumes. To be fair, like compared to what volumes online seller was doing pre-COVID and post-COVID, there would be growth of almost 100% even for a lot of merchants. So post-COVID, what we have seen is while in the COVID stage, surely there was a lot of challenges. Businesses were stuck. There was no volume because there was a bifurcation of essential, non-essential. Only essential products were more pushed specifically. But like once things open up, once things come back to track, the e-commerce, the online, the digital have ramped up very aggressively, you could say, and there's a huge spike in entire volume, you could say, what we've seen. So the challenges remains the India as a geography is like very big. There are a lot of challenges that remains. You have state level challenges, you have intercity challenges, you have challenges related to the say delivery boys and a lot of the challenges what we see in the industry. But like yes, while there are challenges, the way market of is growing is super aggressive. The e-commerce market is growing very well in India, and with volume, it's been taken care and it's been contributed.
Okay. What's the total volumes that you do right now in terms of number of parcels handled? And what is the kind of tie-up you have for global shipping? Do you tie up with shipping companies or you tie up with Blue Dart and others? What's the
Sure.
process, business model?
Sure, sure. So we do roughly around 2.5 million shipments on a monthly basis currently, and this contributes to all SMEs specifically. Next is about the global. So we do have all global partners. So we have DHL, we have FedEx of the world, we have UPS of the world. So we have association with all global partners, as well as we have own supply chain lanes. We directly work with a lot of airlines directly for international transits. Apart from this, we have own setups, own offices in Southeast Asia and Indonesia. We have in London. We are setting up in US. We have in Dubai in GCC. We have in Netherlands in Europe. So we already have couple of 5-6 locations which have been recently started up in last 1 year. So all those lanes, we also have direct association with airlines, as well as we have association with all global partners. Even if I say Southeast Asia, so we work with Ninja Van, JNT, all local partners out there. So I would say we would be one of the first companies, few companies in India who have local presence in international market, and we have local business out there. We have local people working in different countries and association out there.
Okay. So what role is technology playing? Because the buzzword is artificial intelligence, the predictive analysis. So what's the kind of technology that you are applying to your overall system processes to make it more efficient? No, because your comparison is with the big players in the world. So how you are taking up the challenge?
Sure. So as I started, we are a technology first business basically. So you could say that's our bread and butter. So technology is something what we play, what we work harder into and try to do best in it. So artificial intelligence, Chat GPT is growing very, you could say, is spreading very aggressive now in market. So with us, we do India being a cash on delivery market. So there's a high chance of high intent of, we call it RTO. RTO is something there's a huge customer base who orders and doesn't take product basically, and that's one of the biggest pain for every brand or every business in India, because that's one of the pain where their logistics costs spike up because customers orders and they don't take order or they don't take it. So we focus, we build a lot of AI engines on predicting such customers, predicting such bad pin codes. Like, okay, we know this pin code in let's say UP, or this pin code in Odisha doesn't, like, it's the customer behavior is something like they order, they don't take it, or they order, they want refund, or such like that. So we do a lot of like we run analytics engine to like identify which geography could work better, which geography could not work better, which combination of 3PL partner. Maybe one courier partner is like doing better in certain pin codes, and second is not able to do it. So we do a complete analytics and analysis on like which partner fits in at which pin code, and like which you could say customer behavior, and we help these brands to reduce their RTO. That's the core, you
Hmm.
could say, tech, or like that's real implementation that which we do. So we help brands either do not ship those orders, or filter out those orders, verify those customers well before shipping out. So this saves a lot of cost in e-commerce.
So what's your take on overall automation of the logistics industry or logistics, space?
Yeah. So see, logistics space is like, see, as and when the volume grows, you need to go towards automation. The reality is that. So as of now, still the huge chunk of India entire logistics process is manual, but slowly it's going towards automation. Sure, that's for sure. And even like the plans like PM Gati Shakti and others, like which have like which is into huge investment. So it's an investment of 1.2 trillion dollar to just like connect 16 departments, ministries, including sea, road, rail, and further all different departments, to bring down the TAT, to bring down more, to bring more FDIs into the business specifically. So surely like automation is something that's gonna be need, actually, you could say. It's not a future and all. Once you scale certain volumes, you need automations, and like and once we see the government building such infrastructure, where like we see like interstate documents are faster, it's not manual. So once we see the infrastructure coming from governments, and that will add a lot of value, that will reduce a lot of costs, and that will improve the entire logistics ecosystem of India.
Yeah, in fact, I was going to ask you on this PM Gati Shakti thing. What is the current status and where are we placed right now? Because I think the most important segment which will be affected or impacted by this will be logistics, rail, road, transport, everything will get connected. So
True,
where
true,
are we placed right now in
true.
this?
True. So see, PM Gati Shakti is you could say, a huge investment, an excellent plan. It's into execution since couple of years, what I believe. Like at certain level, like it's promoted now, but it's been put into execution since couple of years. So like things are being like happening, things are being moving out. Basically, it will take certain. I believe it will take certain years to see things in action. But like yes, the way the models are being designed, because it's an integrated. So one of the major challenge in logistics industry is the interstate transition, the disintegrated of like across multiple segments. So let's say if you send a truck that stays for hours or days into different borders of every state, so that reduce the that increase the TAT basically. If that documentation goes digital, if that entire section goes digital, the TAT and the turnaround is going to be very fast, and that's going to impact directly into the cost. So as of now, like you could say, like our country's cost is around 14. We see like 14% of our GDP is a logistics cost. Whereas if you compare to like BRICS and other countries, it's far cheaper. So with PM Gati Shakti, the target is to like take it to 8% or like 9% of GDP,
Hmm.
which like I believe would be this would impact everything, whatever we consume, whatever we take in. If the logistics cost has gone down by 5% or 6%, everything would go cheaper basically. So like this is an initiative I believe like would like would bring a lot of FDIs, would motivate a lot of brands, a lot of business to like jump into like solve the TAT, solve the cost problem. And this will impact the entire economy, because if you make logistics cost less, that's the loading in everything we consume basically.
Right.
Anything imported, anything made domestic, any manufacturing, everything is being impacted by the logistics cost, because the transportation cost is would be the good percentage of a good consumed basically. So this would impact the entire economy and entire ecosystem, what I believe. And like it's a great movement. It's a great, like you could say, plan. And like let's see, like let's hope for the best. Like how soon things comes into action.
So what's one last question on what's your view on India achieving 10 billion parcels by 2028 and also India achieving this $447 billion exports, overall trade, in 23, I think.
True. See, my take is like, see, I don't say the numbers are very big. Like, it could be
Mhm.
possible because the current situations globally, like India is one of the second largest player after China, specifically for a lot of exports. And like the way market and trends are, like the more, and even the trends are like if we get into PM Gati Shakti, and if you're able to bring this logistics cost down, there's a trend. There's a lot of article that says a lot of Chinese factory would move to India. There are a lot of articles that says, I've read about it, that the plan is like to make an investment in the way to bring a lot of Chinese bigger factories move to India and set up a base in India. So like yes, the export, the government's entire focus is towards like export and like you could say increasing the export. And the e-commerce parcels are even like growing very at a good place. So the reasons are like post COVID, and like geo have contributed a lot, I would say, because of the digital penetration what we have transformed. The now every you could say the internet penetration what has happened over the COVID, and because of geo, the data rates are one of the, in India I believe, one of the cheapest in the world. The per data consumption, if you see, like we are one of the cheapest in the world, the cost per data basically. So like the way digitalization is happening, I see like this would be something like possible to achieve.
Okay, what's your total turnover as of now, if you can share, and
Sure.
what you're
So we are
looking at in FY23? Yeah.
sure. So we are on a, you could say, 250 crores run rate currently, and like we are ramping up. We are growing 20-25% month on month specifically. So we are targeting around 300, 350 to 400 crores in next coming year.
And is it net positive, like you're
Yeah.
profitable?
Yes, we are profitable. We power around 500 people as employees. We have 500 people team, majorly based out of Gurgaon, and like yeah, we build top line and bottom line both together.
What was your net profit FY23?
So net FY 23, we were, you could say, like so our domestic business is profitable. We invest on international business at currently. So like we had a burn of around 3 crore rupees on annual, which was because of investment on international business. Otherwise, our domestic business is always profitable.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Jain. It was pleasure talking to you. We'll come
Sure,
back again to you.
sure, Vikas, sure.